Greetings, adventurers, travelers, and fellow keepers of the lake. Welcome to the tutorial on how to actually use the soundboard that I've been going on about for so long. And yeah, this will just be a tutorial showing you how to download and install everything, a pretty short video, and then you can go into the description and click the link to the video that goes into a bit of a history of how I got into to make this and how I use it, my tips on using it, how it elevates the game, that sort of thing. If you're here and you're not sure why I'm talking like this, that's because this is a channel about creative things, role-playing games, things like D&D and that sort of thing. Last time I made this video, a lot of people were like coming from a streamer background, wanting to use this for streaming. This is not for streaming, this is just for playing sound clips by using a secondary keyboard. And these sound clips are not something that you can record or like pipe into OBS or any streaming platform. This is something that you can just be played as a sound from the computer. With that out of the way, let's roll the intro and I will show you all about it. So yeah, I want to note a couple of important things. This is not a malicious program. You can scan it for viruses. It is perfectly fine. It is open source, which means everyone can look at the code and anyone can modify the code. Of course, with my permission, but it is all public. You download the installer here. And you run it. You install it to a location that doesn't need admin privileges to access, so just leave it as a default. For most people that would be fine. You can also install it on the desktop or any other place. If you're a programmer, you probably have these dependencies, but if not, leave these two checked and it will install everything that the keyboard needs. Now the installation is done. You plug in the keyboard you want, run the program. It will run one app that you see here, and it will also run one hidden app that actually does the keyboard blocking and reading. So you see here there is press enter to register the keyboard, and you press enter. After some time you should see all good, and that means that all is good. So one part of the app that you're seeing looks nice, the other one does the heavy lifting. And both need to work at the same time for this to work. So whenever you click enter on a wrong keyboard and your main keyboard is blocked, just press the all good text. This text actually will restart the program that is holding the keyboard, and that will unlock everything. So you don't need to close everything, you just press this text. So yeah, now you will notice that whenever you press a key on your keyboard, it shows on the side panel and it opens the control panel right here. Now, if you have some like sound effects, you can drag them here. You have the options to fade in, fade out. Some of the options are locked for looped tracks. That is because technical difficulties, don't ask why. That is in the roadmap, so I will be adding features as we go. And yeah, you configure it here. Just make sure if you're using longer tracks to have the streamed checked. So this checkbox has to be checked. A note or two on using sounds. I advise you get the sounds from freesound.org. I get most of my sounds there because they are royalty free. Of course, you can always get like a sound from YouTube or someplace else if it fits your session, but just don't use it for commercial purposes. So if you're doing live plays or anything like that, be mindful of the sounds that you're using because some of them have royalties. Right, some of the features that we have here are, and there is a README on the GitHub page. You have everything that I'm talking about in the README. The app supports fade in and fade out. As I said, different combinations of those for looped videos and non-loop videos. Stream means you're not loading the whole file into memory, so small files don't have to be streamed, larger files have to be streamed. Is there a reason to not to have all the files streamed? No, it's preference, mostly for more tech-savvy people. If they notice something is like has a delay or something, they would like check and uncheck this. There is cut range. My idea was so you can like trim the start or the end of the sound. It's not working perfectly, but sometimes it gets the job done. Play around with it, and if you find bugs, I kind of probably know about them, but I don't have really that much time to work on them. Anyways, yeah, create an issue on GitHub, write the issue in the comments of this video, and I will certainly look at it and try to fix it as soon as I can. Also, an invitation for fellow programmers, please, if you have time and have passion for this, let's make a great open source product. So go check the code. It's not the best written code. I've just budgeted this together in like a couple of days. And I didn't even mean for this to be public. It was more like a coincidence that I started the YouTube channel, and that was my first video. Right, file formats. Use MP3s or WAV files. They work the best. I think other formats are not even supported, so use those. So this is important. You have two types of save here. One is when you save just the configuration, and that means that you're pulling files from different places on your computer. You're creating like the configuration. You just click save. It is saved somewhere on your computer. Each time you want to load, you just click load and select that file that you saved. And it just creates a mapping from the key that you pressed to the file on your computer. But those files can be everywhere. So that is the first and easier way to save your configurations. But the problem is that you cannot just take this configuration file and move it to another computer, load it, and everything works fine, because it just does the mappings. So the other way to save things is you create the mappings, you have everything set up on your computer, and now you want to export it to use it on another computer. Well, you do this by clicking the packages, and you can see here you can import, export, and load packages, make duplicates of packages. So package management in general. Well, you click export, you give it a name, and you wait. What it is going to do is it will take all of the sounds from everywhere on your computer and pack them in one archive with its own like configuration mapping. So now with this, you can just take this file, put it on a different computer, press import, and it will just unpack all of this. It won't scatter it around the computer. It will place it in the same place where your app is installed. So now when you make changes to this package and you save, it won't change the original archive, it won't change the original package, it will change its own copy. So if you now want to use that changed package on a different computer, you have to export it again. That is pretty much it. You have also the setting to click here, and then the application will be always on top of all other windows. You can also delete the entries that you are not using. You have the stop button, as you see here, and whenever you press backspace, it will also stop everything. You can see it here as a red button. I always label it as red, but whenever you press that red button or backspace, it will stop all sounds that are playing. You can also see in the UI, whenever you play something, as long as it's playing, it has red text. What else? Yeah, you can select multiple things, delete them, add them. You can also select one mapping, one configuration for a certain sound, and then select multiple others by holding Shift or Control, and then click here and apply to all the sounds that you've selected, so you don't have to do the same thing multiple times, like for all the sounds. It's pretty useful when you're changing volume, for example. I always do it for the volume. This app is checking for updates each time you start it, so when I make another release, you will get a little pop-up. Each new release is bugs fixed, features made, and new bugs introduced. So yeah, choose what you think is less of two evils. And yeah, if things start to get buggy and that don't work well, you can always clear the cache. That will sometimes help. Sometimes. Welcome to the tech industry. Everything works sometimes for most people. So yeah, how do you play sounds? Well, you toggle the play button here, and then you're done. You can do other things on your computer. You can type on your regular keyboard, and the dedicated keyboard will now play sounds. You also have the preview, so you can preview how they sound before you start playing them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are all the features. Sometimes, for unknown reasons, one of the parts of the program turns off, the other one doesn't. Your keyboard stays frozen. And if you restart the program, it doesn't work properly. If this ever happens, just go to the task manager by clicking the right click on your taskbar, task manager, find anything that is soundboards of Siofrio related, and terminate all of those. I do have a big roadmap and a lot of things that I would like to add to this. I really actually am using this every week for my games, so I want to make it better, but my free time is such a scarce resource that, yeah, please be patient, and of course other programmers from the community, feel free to address those issues. I mean, I will never earn from this. I don't want to earn from this. This is something that is cool and nice, and I want it to be owned by the community. So yeah, back to the original video, I guess. Give me that sweet watch time. Wink wink. And as always, keep on going, keep on loving, play more music, and I will see you in the next one.
Farewell, keepers.